I've always been somebody who's interested in making experiments in every single one of my video blogs. Sometimes those experiments have been really blatant. Other times they've been very subtle. In this particular vlog, I'm going to be doing two experiments. On the one hand, insofar as form is concerned, I'm going to be using jump cuts. I've rarely used jump cuts before. I've always tried to maintain visual interest by using multicam. Sometimes 2 cameras, sometimes as many as 5 cameras. The whole idea with using multicams has been to give visual interest to the vlogs that I've been doing. A lot of YouTubers use jump cuts, and in point of fact, sometimes I've thought that those jump cuts were sort of gimmicky. But the more I looked at it, the more I'm realizing that it's not gimmicky. Sometimes jump cuts can give an incredible dynamism to the material that you're delivering. I often think of Philip DeFranco, who is a past master at the use of jump cuts. Also, I haven't liked the fact that a lot of my videos have been clocking in at nearly 30 minutes. They should be not more than 10. I want them short and concise. It's something that I've just decided about my vlogs. Jump cuts seems to be a way to do this. Jump cuts can be gimmicky a lot of the times, but sometimes they can give a little love it. The other thing I'm going to be experimenting on today is content. According to Google Analytics, 83% of my audience is male, 17% is female. This episode today, it's for that 17% minority. This episode is dedicated to women between the ages of 17 and 25. Women in that 8-year window when they are just starting their lives and have the most opportunities that they will ever have. They are at their most attractive. They are at their most energetic. They are at peak fertility. They will never be better than they are in that 8-year window. That is their peak. And it seems to me that a lot of these women are basically throwing their lives away. They are going into those 8 years and not understanding the opportunities that they have. Worst of all is that they are being propagandized into pursuing things that are not beneficial to them. They are pursuing careers and pursuing a life outlook that they will not like, that they will regret, deeply regret, when they hit 40. I'm a 49-year-old fart. I know things not because I'm smarter, but because I've lived longer. I've seen more. And I see young women throwing their lives away and not understanding the opportunities they have and not understanding the things that will make them happy. Because at the end of the day, they want to lead happy, fulfilled lives. And they think that with the propaganda that they've been receiving, they will be happy. But in point of fact, they will not be happy. And in point of fact, the things that they have been propagandized, brainwashed into believing will make them supremely unhappy. The principal propaganda young women are receiving is that they have to have a career, but they're never explained why they should have a career. A career is a means to improve your earnings over time. It's taking jobs and deliberately sometimes making short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. Taking shit jobs and difficult circumstances so that later you will have access to more income opportunities. Men pursue careers not as an end in itself. They pursue it as a way to earn more money for the families that they want to have. A career, no matter how successful, will not bring you emotional satisfaction. For a woman, children and a family life are the things that will give them most satisfaction and fulfillment, not a career. But young women have been propagandized into thinking that a family life and children are incredibly tedious. And they are, but not more tedious than any kind of job or any kind of shitty little career. I once had a girlfriend, this was in the late 90s, early 2000s. One time, she had to spend the entire weekend working on some figures for her boss. Come Monday, after she'd slaved away Saturday night, an all-nighter, and all of Sunday, up to midnight, Monday morning, her boss didn't use all the work that she had done. Actually, that's not true. He used a little bit of her work and took the credit for himself. She sacrificed her entire weekend for nothing, except aggrandizing her boss. That kind of tedium, that happens all the time in every single career you're doing. Lost weekends working on some crappy little presentation, all-nighters to do something that somebody else needs that is of zero interest to you. The tedium of a job, of a career, is no different from the tedium of raising children. I've raised children. It is incredibly boring. Raising children, creating a family life is just as much work as a regular career. The difference is that all the tedium, all the sacrifices that you give to a company or to a career, they in the end belong to the company. They don't belong to you. All the tedium and sacrifices you make for your family, that family is yours, always. And nobody can take it away from you. Feminism teaches you to be strong, independent, fierce. But at the end of the day, being strong, independent, fierce leaves you nothing but lonely, bitter, and afraid. Sigmund Freud famously asked, "What do women want?" You should have asked Carl Jung to answer that question, because he could have told you. Any man who has known women can tell you what women really want. A woman, any woman, including you, wants a strong, long-lasting, close relationship with the people in her life. She wants a clear, stable path to a sustainable life. A sustainable life not only in the environmental sense, a sustainable life in the emotional sense, of knowing that the love that she gives will be reciprocated, that the effort she gives to a family, to children, to the life that she builds with them, will have a return. There is no such stability in a career. A career is not a safe bet. On the contrary, so many people wind up with a shattered career when they turn 40. Careers are not stable. Careers are fragile, delicate things that can be destroyed at a moment's notice. How many times have you seen like a single tweet destroy somebody's life? And it's a fucking tweet. How much force needs to be inflicted on a family for it to break? One little tweet will never destroy a family. One little tweet will destroy your work life. Women don't want to be rich, and they don't want to be famous. They want to be happy and fulfilled. And they are willing to do a lot for that happiness and fulfillment. Feminism has taught them that only a career will give them happiness and fulfillment. But that's a lie. Anyone with a little bit of experience can tell you that a family life, a strong family life with many happy children, that gives you happiness, that gives you fulfillment. You want to be a part of something larger than yourself, and yet at the same time, you want to be an indispensable part of that larger thing. You want to be part of a team, but be an essential, irreplaceable member of that team. That cannot happen in a company. That cannot happen in a career. In a company, in a capitalist society, you are replaceable. There's always somebody better than you, younger than you, smarter than you, whose CV has just landed on your boss's desk. In a family, you're never going to be replaced, because you are essential to that family. All your little idiosyncrasies, all your little flaws of character, they become an indispensable part of your family, because your family will help you fix those little flaws in yourself. Because at the end of the day, they are your complement. The people you love will try to make you better. A company doesn't want to help you be better. If you're not perfect for the company, they fire you and they replace you. A family will never replace you, because to them, you are irreplaceable. And that is why so many women find so much happiness and fulfillment in their family lives. Feminism always says that women have been so oppressed. But have you wondered yourself why only lately they've discovered they were so oppressed? Why is it that for millennia, young women were so happy with a family life? Because it gave them fulfillment and happiness. Feminism is selling you bullshit. Feminism, ultimately, is not a Marxist ideology. Feminism is an ideology of the oligarchy, of capitalism. Feminism wants you to sacrifice a family life for the sake of a career. Feminism wants you to work for a corporation, work like a slave, work yourself to the bone for the sake of the company. They don't want you to work for yourself. They don't want you to work for a family. They want you to be the good, compliant servant to the oligarchs, to the capitalists. They don't want you to build something for yourself. Karl Marx famously said that capitalism alienates men from their work. And he was absolutely right. Most men go to their jobs and carry on their quote-unquote careers, and they hate it. I have never met a man who is truly happy with his career. There are very few men who wake up glad every morning to be working. Most men, 90% of men, hate their job, but they do it anyway. They are sacrificing in order to have a family. Women, young women especially, have the opportunity to have a family, and yet they've been brainwashed by feminism, the ideology of the capitalists, into alienating themselves from their family life and trying to marry themselves to their work. Their capitalist masters make women jump through every hoop imaginable, get all the degrees, get all the qualifications, get all the accreditation necessary to do a job. And when the woman hits 45, 50, the company spits them out like used chewing gum. Women who pursue careers are giving the capitalists, the oligarchy, the best years of their life. They are sacrificing their youth and their fertility for the sake of a crappy little job that will not give them satisfaction or happiness. If you're a young woman between 17 and 25, I'm telling you now because I am somebody with more experience than you. Your job should not be to be a handmaiden to the capitalists. What you should pursue is a family life. On his deathbed, every man who has a family thanks God because of it. And every man who dies alone wishes he had sacrificed more of his career for the sake of a family. Take this from an old fart who knows better. A career will never make you happy. It will only bring you bitterness and loneliness.